What is up, you guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today is Sunday, April 26th, and today I wanted to talk about this guy. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about this thing, where it's been, what's been done to it, and what the future plans are for it. So you guys have seen this car on the channel just a couple times. I bought this last summer, just kind of as a daily driver car. So I didn't have to drive this every single day. So I want to go over like what I've done to it to fix it so far, and what plans I have for it in the near future, and just kind of where we want to go with this car. So I'm going to give you guys a walk around of the car first, and then I'm going to talk about the repairs that have been done and that need done, and then about the mods that I would like to do. So to give you guys a rundown, I bought this car last summer from a guy on OfferUp for $1,700 maybe, and it's the 1.8T with a 5-speed manual. It is not perfect, but the guy gave me a stack of paperwork that came with the car from previous owners that have worked on it, and you know, what's been done to it, what parts have been on it, and so that's kind of where we stand now. So it wasn't holding boost very well when I first got it. I figured that was the PCV leak. It was cracked under the hood, and so I went ahead and replaced that. Got a little bit of boost back, and then the exhaust decided to just break itself, like literally in half. On the mid pipe, the exhaust just cracked in half and split apart. So it got a lot louder, but since it was broken on the mid pipe, it made me lose a lot of boost, and so I wasn't boosting. And so that is why I got the straight pipe done, because then I knew I could start boosting again. And as soon as I got the exhaust on, I was boosting, full boost again. Didn't appear to have any more vacuum leaks. So yeah, that's been done. The power steering pump I had to replace when I first got it. It had no power steering. That is still leaking to this day. I believe it's the high pressure line, so that's something I need to get in there and fix. And then the other thing was the AC. The AC clutch was not in the compressor, so I had to buy a new compressor with the clutch and everything. Fixed that, got the AC back, recharged it, so that all works now. But now I'm facing something which I believe to be a failing turbo. You know, going on a cruise, and I think the stress of that just kind of got to the turbo a little bit. I'm still boosting a little bit since I let it cool down and sit for a couple days. I've started boosting a little bit, but it's nothing significant. And then I believe the turbo is whining every time that I get to a higher RPM. So I'm not quite sure exactly what the issue is. So I still need to look around here and see if I can find a boost leak, if that is possibly the issue, or you know, what's going on. Otherwise, the only other thing I've done is the cold air. I did new spark plugs in it, changed all the fluids, and it's got a fresh battery in it. I had to do that when I first bought it. Otherwise, it's sitting completely stock. So there's that. I picked up the European headlights that you guys saw. They're still looking pretty good. I need to get a new backing to this turn signal because it's melted and cracked, and so it just needs a new clip to hold the light in place. I haven't really discovered any leaks with it other than the power steering leak, and it won't hold windshield washer fluid anymore. It did when I got it. but it doesn't now. So I need to take a look into that. Otherwise though, it's sitting pretty good. This fender was wrecked when I got it. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it needs a new fender. The bumper, it's just got a couple holes and then some paint missing. Otherwise, it's actually in good shape. I've got my fog light grills and all that. I also do have the lower lip that goes down here, the stock one, which I think I want to put that on and then possibly get an aftermarket front lip to go on that one, just to kind of do, you know, make it look good. I would like to get the body on this one looking good. It needs full paint correction. It doesn't look good at all. I have not done anything with this other than wash it. And I mean, it's silver, so it doesn't show much, but you guys can see kind of that scratch right there. The roof is super weird. It looks like somebody tried pouring something on here and it maybe ate through the clear coat a little bit or something. I think I'm thinking, because you can't really feel it other than being, you know, it needs clay barred, but you can't really feel it unless you, well, yeah, you just can't really feel it, but you can see it. It's pretty bad, but it's only on the roof, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. You know, there's a chip there in the paint. It's not perfect by any means. This car has just been my daily. That tint on the back has started bubbling up. It was bubbling when I bought it, but I'm gonna get new tint all around for both of these. Actually, this one doesn't have any tint, but I want to tint those, and I want to get these even darker. So that's on my list. You guys can see a bunch of scratches on the trunk. And then the bumper obviously needs some work because it's actually been cracking a little bit. Also, one thing I noticed when I was going through paperwork on this car once I bought it, was that in this back corner had been a wreck. And some signs that actually gave me that were true when I can kind of see, it's hard with the silver, but you can kind of see that is bent in right there. And the paint is starting to crack just a little bit on the end. Not sure if you can see that. There you go. And then this wasn't here when I bought this. I think somebody did like a hit and run because I never got notified of it, but I know it wasn't there. It's very noticeable now when you guys can see it's all buckled right there and there's a scrape. But on top of that, you can see the paint cracking here. And that's when I realized that I think unfortunately there's a lot of Bondo under here. Because there was a wreck in this corner. It obviously didn't total out the car. It's got a clean title and everything. But yeah, I definitely think there's been some repair in here. So someday I do want to take the light out and just kind of see what it looks like back there. Just see how much it actually damaged. Otherwise, I put these Fat Fives on it with some fresh tires. The ones that were on these were not stock and they look like crap. In fact, they're the wheels that are going to go on this when this goes to the transmission shop. Those were the ones that were on this, which were in my first video. So yeah, I put these Fat Fives on there. The car didn't even have all 5 lugs in each wheel. Yeah, that one's got 4. And someday I'll talk about these wheels, but I put new lug nuts on these. So my old lug nuts I'm going to put on this, since this doesn't have all of them and they're all mismatched and whatnot. You know, the windshield's all scraped up, of course. I mean, it's not perfect. It really is a project. The interior is actually pretty clean. Other than this seat is ripped, but that's to be expected. It's been smoked in, although it doesn't smell like it anymore. I've done a pretty good job of cleaning it. But this is all burnt, I'm assuming, from somebody using that as like a point to put the cigarettes out or whatever. And then this is also kind of gross. It doesn't even latch anymore. But the rest of the car is actually pretty clean. Other than that, you know, I mean, it's not bad. Everything works. All the windows work. All the sunroof works. You know, the seats are manual, which those all work. The AC, the heat works. All the heated seats do. I even actually got this cup holder working. I fixed it. I just need to put the front back on that. But more recently, I actually got this installed, which I didn't tell you guys about and I didn't record. But I probably had this for a couple months maybe. It is a Kenwood head unit. I got some 2, I think they're 4-inch speakers on the doors up front. And then the tweeters are stock. And then there's 2 Rockfords, I believe, in the deck, but I didn't put those in there. But then I also added 2 Bazooka subs. So the sound system in here is actually pretty good. I would show you guys, but I don't think you'll really be able to hear it. But the head unit, that's the stock face, but then when you plug your phone in, it's actually got Apple CarPlay, which I actually love Apple CarPlay. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, but I ended up really liking it. Everything works up here. I do have a check engine light. I believe it's for a lean code. I haven't really looked into it. I haven't, you know, it's just, again, the daily driver. It's just something that if it still runs, it runs. Other than that, this all works good, other than that middle screen, which someday I'll probably get sent out to get the pixels fixed. But yeah, this car's even got the original remote, and it does work for the car, which I was really surprised to have. But yeah, I mean, I don't think really much is going to change in here. I also did have to change out this mirror, actually. I did a stock upgrade on this because it was a basic mirror with no compass, nothing on it, and it was starting to kind of peel underneath the glass. So I bought this off of a guy on the forums. There's a plug that was hiding up in the roof up here, which was actually an upgrade for the car. If you bought the compass mirror, it was a plug and play option. I just plugged it in, put it back up, and now I have the compass and everything on there, auto dimming. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to show you guys. You know, it's a very basic car, but it's fun. It's really fun, especially when I'm making full boost, you know, just it's very low horsepower for what it is, but it's a fun car. It's a manual, you know, you get to feel the car, and that's the best part, in my opinion. And I would love to get the S8, a manual, you know, I'd love that. That'd be awesome. So maybe someday in the future. But for now, this is it. I do want to talk a little bit about the modifications that I'm going to be doing, or that I plan to do with this car, and just some kind of options that I'm giving myself to repair this. Like I said, the turbo, I believe to be going out on the car, and you know, so that gets me thinking: do I want to try to go with a KO4 on it? Do I want to try to go big turbo, or I want to just go KO3 with some supporting mods to maybe do a stage 1 or stage 2, or you know, something like that. So to start off with some minor things, you can do like if I were to just stick with the KO3, or get a freshly rebuilt one, but just, you know, stick with the stock turbo for this car. There's a couple of other modifications that I can do. You know, I can do the 2.0 coil conversion pack. And they also come with an adapter so that the coils sit flush against that, which is on the valve cover. That's a kit on ECS that I am looking at possibly getting. Other supporting mods that I'm thinking about doing or possibly a high flow cat. I'm not sure. You know, obviously I can't do a downpipe because the emissions here require me to have it, unless I were to create a system that was easy bolt on, easy bolt off, to go take emissions and then pass. So there's a couple of things like that. There is some light tuning that can be done. I also have a stage 2 ECU ready for it if I were to do the exact mods that the guy I bought it from had. There are a couple of deletes I can do. I can do an N75. I could do SAI, which is not necessary, but I could do that just to kind of clean some of this up. So there are definitely some mods that I can absolutely do to this thing to make it a little bit more fun. Those are things that are on my list of things to do right now. Of course, with buying a new turbo, because I just, you know, with 180,000 miles, those are just something that I want to do. So rebuilt turbo, coil pack conversion kit, high flow cat, and start with that. You know, there's room down the line to do bigger injectors, and you know, possibly a bigger turbo. Not sure how big I would go yet, but could definitely go with a bigger turbo. You could even do an intake, even though these stock intakes are actually very well for the power that, for a broad range of power that you can make with these things. But again, you know, this is just the daily. I kind of want, you know, I want it to be a little bit faster of a daily driver. I don't need anything like, I'm not looking for 600 horsepower, although it'd be cool down the line, and maybe that's a possibility in the future. For now, it's still going to be the daily, and it's still going to be something that, you know, I want it to be in good shape, you know, be clean, and have a little bit of power, but nothing too much. Cosmetically, you know, I thought about getting some rotiforms for the A4, kind of like I do with the S8. Not the same ones, but possibly something. But the Fat Fives, they look good on it. And if I were to get them powder coated or even just refurbished, they would look awesome. As well as getting a new fender. There's a couple dents throughout the car that would need fixed, but nothing major. And then I would just keep it probably silver. I'm gonna paint correct it relatively soon just to get it looking a little bit better. But just keeping it silver, you know, getting the front and back bumper painted, fixing a couple of the things on the body, and then leaving it. And then possibly, although I'm not sure, because I think if I'm gonna try to make power with this, I kind of want it to be sleeper mode, you know, because it is still a daily. So Euro Impulse actually has carbon fiber pieces for this car that I could buy, like the B pillars there. They have carbon fiber options. I think mirrors may or may not. They do have a rear lip and a rear diffuser that you can put on. But I don't know, you know, it's not a car that I just want to have carbon fiber slapped on. You know, it's something that I actually want to do some power with. And, you know, maybe way down the line, it could be something that's a big turbo build, you know, build the transmission, you know, do pistons and all those things to make it a big power car. But for now, just sticking with the daily driver spec with a little bit more power and just making it clean. So let me know what you guys think, what I should do with it. I mean, there's a ton of options for these cars. There's so much stuff you can do with them. But for the DD spec, I think I just kind of want to leave it the way that it is, with a couple more mods to come, and then just kind of repairing the interior and the exterior. So let me know what you guys think. You know, it's a fun car. We'll be doing some things with it, a lot more things to be fixed. There's the brakes need done. The brakes I have never touched on this car. You can kind of see they're really rusty, they're really gross. They have lips on the rotors. The pads up here are actually in decent shape. Sorry if you can barely see that, but the pads actually have some meat left on them in the front. So it might just be rotors up on the front. The rear is the place that it is squealing from. Just even when you're not even on the brakes, there is almost no pad on that at all. And the rotors up here or back here have a lip as well. So that's something I'm gonna have to get on pretty soon. I may actually have a nail in this tire too, because the more I'm starting to see it, this tire is a little bit low in air. So that'd be funny. Same tire on both cars. But yeah, brakes to come on this. I'm gonna have to do oil changes on both of these relatively soon. Just a ton of maintenance stuff for these cars right now, just getting them fixed, especially while we're in this lockdown, and you know, possibly ordering some fun pieces to go with these cars. But yeah, I mean, the A4, it's a good car, and it's fun. It's really fun to daily drive. You know, it's nothing like the S8 is at all. It's it's just a little cruiser, and it goes everywhere, and it can go everywhere. It's super reliable. I know I love this thing. I'll probably never get rid of it just because it is such a reliable car, and you really can do so many things with these things. And they're not bad looking cars either. You know, they're small, but they're not bad. And this one has every feature working, you know, other than some mechanical issues. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about you know, just me kind of talking to you guys, if that's something that you want to see more often, along with the repair videos. Just, you know, I'm looking for you guys' feedback. What are you guys thinking about the videos? You know, what are you thinking of the whole channel so far? Let me know. But that might be it for today's video. sorry if it was a pretty quick video for you guys. I just wanted to give an update on this and just let you know some of the repairs that are coming for it. I got parts coming on the way, just waiting for them so I can get started with them. But I think that is going to be it for us discussing the A4. I have a ton of parts laying around that I'm going to be cleaning up and taking pictures of so I can post them and sell them because I do not need them anymore. This is just some of them, but I have a lot more downstairs. So if you guys are interested, I'm gonna set up a time lapse now with some music going. I'm just gonna clean some of these parts up, and if you guys are interested in watching that, you guys can watch that. But otherwise, I think that's it for me talking in this video. A lot more stuff to be coming. I've still got parts coming for both of these cars. So just stay tuned. Still some more maintenance stuff to come, and then hopefully relatively soon we can get into the fun of going to shows and cruising with people, because I'd love to do that, but they have to be up to par, especially the axle on this one. This one's getting bad and it needs to go to the transmission shop, which may happen in the next week. You guys will find out in my next video if this is going in or not, and if it is, then it'll just be gone. I may record taking it down there just to show you guys where it's going, what it's going to be at, but I do have to change the wheels out too before that happens. And then I'll just be driving this. Hopefully the turbo's not blown, because if it is, driving it's gonna not be very fun. But anyways, that is it for me in this video. I'm gonna set you guys up if you're interested, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. So peace out. Okay, wait, one last thing before I let you guys go. I forgot that today actually the check engine light came back on. The S8. So I'm gonna scan it real quick before I completely say goodbye. Turn that off. I know it's a cheap scanner, but it's all I got for now. Ready? I'm gonna try this. Ready? Set. Here we go. All right. Engine. Read codes. That's new. Okay, so I'll have to look that up and figure out what that is. It's probably something simple. I don't know, we'll figure that out. Anyways, now I'm gonna say peace out, you guys. And now it's time to go through all these parts. This needs to go back in the A4. This came out of the A4, but it's covered in grease. Whatever. On this, I have to get painted black so it can go in my S8 as the plate filler. Got some very tiny modifications that just need some work. I also might have some upcoming videos for you guys, doing some side jobs. I think I got a couple people that need some work done on their car, and I think they're gonna, oh, that just spilled sand everywhere. Freaking lovely. And I think they're gonna be reaching out to me. This is cracked, this is trash. But I think they're gonna be reaching out to me for some work on their car. So that'll be cool. And then we also brought my sister's car to this house. She can't drive yet, but has her car ready. She's just waiting for her quarantine to be over to get her license. But she has her car here, and it doesn't really need any repairs. We just repaired the radiator on it, or my dad did. But we got some subs for it we're gonna put in because it's already wired for it. And then we got we're gonna polish the headlights, and then we got a dent puller because she's got hail damage. We're just gonna try it on a little bit, and I might try it on my car too because that one in the hood's bad. But anyways, this is trash too. This is a broken control arm, or it needs a new bushing. And here is the stage 2 that I bought for the A4. I just gotta get some more supporting mods. But the guy gave me the list of everything he had done to his car. The shot flames, had no lift shift, had a couple of other things, which is interesting. But yeah, I've got everything. I've got gauge clusters, control arms for the S8. I've got spare alternator, spare starter, speakers, intake stuff, broken coil packs, tons of lights and little nuts and bolts and stuff, grills, vacuum pumps, lights, lug nuts, hazard switches, broken sunroof motors, 2 headlights, 2 lens covers for an A6. I've got this for the S8, the center console piece, because mine doesn't work, but I'm betting this one doesn't work either because it was in worse condition than mine, and the wood's different. This I bought for the S8 when I was looking for one of those headlight pieces, and I found the Ming blue one. I have this, and it's gray. I also need to put this back. This goes under the transmission on the S8. It was off when I bought it. It's never been on since I've had it. So I probably should put that back. Oh, I got a broken power steering pump if anyone wants that. It came off the A4. Y'all are still here? You really watched this far? If you guys watched this far, thank you. Please subscribe and like the video. But if y'all are really still watching me clean car parts, y'all are some good people. Or go get a life.